Welcome back to a Setup Podcast. I'm your host, Victor, and my co-host, Mark. Mark,
Yo.
how you doing, sir, on this fine Saturday?
I'm doing good. Got a bit of a headache, but I'm okay. You know, I'll get through it. I woke up and I was like, I don't know why I have this headache though. Like it just came and I was like, bang. All right. But yeah, I'm good. Yesterday my church had a young adult service. That joint was lit. What else happened? I don't know. It was just a good week though. I mean, went by pretty fast. You know, it was chill. So yeah.
What can you ask for?
Exactly. How are you?
Can't complain, man. It's a good week. It's cold out, snowy out. Snow still has not melted. It's been freezing.
Yeah.
Eagles won though. There's a game this Sunday. By the time this comes out, we don't know what happens, but something happened. Either way, you know, go Birds. I ain't got nothing else to say about
That's all
that.
you gotta say, man.
Hopefully we're celebrating on Sunday night, evening, afternoon, whatever. Our game's at 3:00.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all good. What else happened in the world? You know, what's crazy? I'm being very sarcastic right now. We got a new president. That happened. Elon Musk gave his heart out to everybody. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw a little bit, yeah.
What are your thoughts? Do you think he's a Nazi?
Oh yeah. That's a great question. That's a great question. I could just be like, yeah, based off of what I saw.
Well, not that he's a Nazi, but do you like?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you think like?
What was he really? Was he giving us
Exactly.
our hearts, or was he Scheisse?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, I can't really speak on it, but it was out of pocket. You know, like out of all the things you could have did, like it was just like, yeah.
There's so many ways to do a heart.
You
Like,
could have just been. You could have just said thank you.
Yeah.
I could have just said the words like.
or
yeah.
you know, from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
You don't gotta extend.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
yeah. Please
I almost
don't.
did just
Yeah.
because like for demonstrate, but I'm not gonna do it. You know, it's like I
Yeah.
give my heart out to y'all.
Yeah. So that was a little bit, you know, a little too far. And again, it's one of those things where it's like you'll see it, everybody knows. It's like, whoa, why did you just do that?
Yeah.
But then, you know, we're just gonna look past it in the next like 72 hours or whatever, and we're just gonna be like, oh, I mean, he was just playing, whatever.
Well, people are still talking about it. It's been more than 72 hours at this point. And then what's even funnier, I know you're not like on Twitter anymore, but like obviously that's where a lot of the conversation is going to be around because
of course, yeah, it's where he's at.
If y'all that don't know, he was at the inauguration. He like did this weird signal that looked like something else. And people were like, whoa, what was that? You could have done anything else. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody kind of knows at this point. And people were making conversation and they're like they're replying with screenshots of like, because obviously people like to make it into like a Democrat versus Republican thing. So they're just posting photos of like mad Democrats just like waving and being like, look, like they did it too. And it's like, yo, play the full clip and it'll be like somebody like going for a hug. And it's like, it was never that. Or like,
they'll just Photoshop it. Yeah.
Not even that. It's just the photo itself, but like they'll show the video footage and like the reason their arms extended like that's because they went in for like a hug or like they finished their speech and they're like, all right, guys, like see you later.
Yeah.
Not hand to heart, full extendo.
Yeah. Vertical.
So like explain this,
Horizontal.
Kamala. You like waved at the crowd one time and it looks weird when you just showed this one shot.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, like is she a Nazi too? It's like that's not the same. That's not the same at all.
And it's just like I don't know, like are you guys that like for this person that you can't even see one little fault in the fact that he did something wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, because
No, yeah.
that's how he's in office in the first place.
Yeah, and it's just like annoying because it's just like, bro, they do this thing and it's like just like let them take some accountability. Like we like at the end of the day too, which is crazy, is that like, bro, he's in office. Like y'all already won.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what everybody says. Like, yo, like, what are you tight about? Like, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. You already won. Why are you still coming for this whole like, Republican, Democrat, like just like on their top to the point where it's just like, bro, like we were just chilling. We were sitting here. Yeah, we had our, you know, our own opinions, our comments, but that's the world. We're allowed to say that. And it's like if y'all are that butthurt over something like that, it's like, bro, he really did something out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like, we would
Which
say the same.
technically he's allowed to do that too, but it's also like, yo, like that was weird.
Yeah.
Like if we're going by free speech, like he's allowed to do that, but also the consequence is not free consequence.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's why it's like such a cult following because at the end of the day, Democrat, Republican, these politicians don't give a fuck about any of us. They've showed very clearly that it's more about like corporate. They give a damn more about corporations than they do the actual people. That's just a fact. So I don't care what team or side you claim. I have never seen in either side somebody like dick ride. I don't know how else to dick ride a candidate or a politician or whatever to this degree ever. Like obviously, like there are people that are like, yo, like Obama, like was the shit. But then they'll also like be honest and be like, yo, like there were some other things he could have handled better.
Of course, yeah.
It's never like, yo, like he is our God and Savior.
No, yeah.
It's just like he wasn't perfect, but like things were a little better.
Yeah, he kind of like, I feel like
every time.
I feel like what he did was more so like he was able to balance out a lot of the stuff he didn't do great.
Yeah.
But he did a lot of good stuff too in some sense. And it was like, I felt like when he was president, it just felt like it balanced
We also weren't an embarrassment to the entire world.
That's what I mean. Like, I felt like at that time he was doing stuff where it was like, okay, yeah, like, and on top of that, he was also like, I don't know, he was kind of like a cool, in a sense, like just relatable in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, he was trying to just like,
but they claim the same for Trump. So.
And that's what I'm saying too. People are gonna say that too, but I don't see how. I feel like he's done nothing but just
he's white and racist.
Yeah, so I don't know.
They relate to that.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's just kind of how I see that. So I don't know.
And also like because people say like, oh, Trump's not racist. He's never done anything that's like.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Before it was like yeah, like he didn't word for word say like I don't like this ethnicity group. But the other day he sat like they interviewed him. It was like oh like, are you able to like see a group of minorities and be like, yeah, like they aren't good people? They asked Trump that. He was like, yeah, not all of them, but you know, there's sometimes I see a couple of them. They're like, that's trouble. That is word for word, textbook definition, dictionary like level of racism. That's like an example that you see under the word. So I feel like it's kind of hard to avoid that.
That's the thing that's crazy, right? Because like a normal person, right? Even if you like, now please, I don't condone this in any way. Even if you were trying to fake or not present yourself as racist, like maybe you were, but in being in that like being in that type of light, like you could have just been like, no. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Like you could just, but it was like eating him so bad to the point where he was like, no,
he just has no. Yeah,
I have to like say it like no matter what.
He's realized he doesn't like he's realized that his supporters will ride for him more if he just like is like honest with it.
Honest.
Which honestly, like obviously, could not be further like against racism.
Yeah,
but also a part of me also prefers somebody to just be that bull because at least I know like not to like associate with you, or at least I know what you are for real.
I feel like
because there's a lot of people that truly feel that way and they do what you said. They conceal it as much. Like they're just like no, like I love all people.
Yeah.
On either side, like Democrats as well. Like I'm sure there's a couple, not a couple, plenty. They're just like racist as hell, but they know how to hide it. Which is like, it's like that side is like ignorance is bliss kind of thing. Where it's like at least I don't know, and I at least kind of like think positively. Or on the Trump side, where it's just like he's so outward with it. It's like, you know what? Respect, because you're just like yo, I don't give a fuck what you think. I still don't like you, but at least I know how to pick you out. Same thing with the flags on people's lawns. It's like all right, now I know not to go to that house or like do anything funny in front of this house because they have some views that they might not want me here, even though I was born here.
I don't know, man. It's wild.
But yeah, that whole hand signal thing was mad weird. I don't get what I was telling this to Q the other day because like I was seeing somebody quoted or talking about that situation. Remember the whole thing with Colin Kaepernick, where like he kneeled. Well, first he was sitting down during the national anthem, and then an Army veteran was like, "Yo, it'd be more like I understand why you're doing it. It'd be more respectful if you kneeled." And he was like, "You know what? Bet I'll kneel." And then it became this whole entire thing. He got blackmailed out of the league. He won a lawsuit proving that he got blackmailed out of the league. And then they gave him a Netflix documentary, and now he's never played football again because they claim that he's not good enough. Even though there are some players there in the league that very obviously were never better than him in any regard, even as a backup.
Can you imagine he'd still be in the... Wow.
He technically could still be. He's like in his mid-30s now. Obviously now I feel like it's kind of a lost cause.
Yeah, he's just not been in practice probably and all that.
He still practices. He's been invited to like team facilities to like do it, but then a lot of it seems more so like publicity stunt.
True,
or it's like they bring him to practice and it's headlines for a little bit, and then
bunch
they just
of people with cameras come around,
and then,
what they need,
and then they just don't end up signing him. Just to and also to like hide the fact that like, oh, we gave him an opportunity. We just didn't think he was good enough.
Yeah. Like you see, we actually did invite him. Yeah. He's the one who didn't want to come back, type of stuff. You know,
like that meant he took his own team to a Super Bowl, and like cool, he didn't win it. but there are guys that like have never done shit and are still have a job. So, but that's not the point. They brought that up, and the outrage that came up around it, and how people were talking about how anti-American he was, and whatever. And then they was like, it's crazy how they overreacted for this and like condemned this man for this, but I refuse to condemn Elon Musk for literally doing something that is, I don't know what his intentions were, but it was identical to a freaking Nazi salute at a presidential inauguration press conference or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's weird. So it kind of shows you like where it's rooted in,
you know, some Black Ops type stuff. He's gonna see that John in like the cutscenes.
Yeah,
him doing that John.
Like, like for real.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally some stuff I can see.
Somebody took that video, put it black and white, and put like they put a Hitler like speech over it, and it just looked so bad.
I'm telling you, bro. Like that's literally what I pictured. As soon as I'm like looking at it, I'm like, bro, this literally be on like Call of Duty type stuff. Like you'll see it in the cutscene in between. Bro.
But yeah, so
it's gonna be a mission. Got to get rid of Elon Musk, bro. I can see it, bro.
Yeah, there was somebody was like, yo, somebody got to do something about Elon Musk, and somebody replied with a GIF of Don Cheadle when he was in the Avengers movies.
Oh yeah,
they were talking about Thanos. He was like, we just gotta.
Oh yeah. You know, he's like, oh man.
But yeah, that all happened, and then on day one, Trump signed like 1,000,001 documents and executive orders. What's up?
That joke was still funny.
I'm sorry. It's a delayed reaction.
I was just thinking of his face. I'm thinking like, of somebody posting it and then just seeing that video.
That's literally what it was. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah, he signed like 1,000,000 executive orders.
I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. So he got rid of DEI. He removed us from WHO, which is the World Health Organization. Trying to get us away from the Paris Climate Agreement, Treaty Agreement, something like that. It's basically like meant around natural disasters and like health stuff. He's trying to abolish the Department of Education. He signed the executive order that there's only 2 genders, male and female.
I saw that, yeah.
Male and female are sexes, they're not genders. So that doesn't make sense, but it's okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, not okay, but like, you know, we'll move on. What else? Oh, there was also a document drafted for him to be able to serve a 3rd term. What else did I miss?
That's so weird because he was the one who literally said he wouldn't want to serve. But I guess if it's that easy for him to do it, he might as well.
Yeah. He'll also be like 82, so it's like, give it a rest.
That's what.
What else? I feel like I'm missing something.
So those things didn't get passed.
It's just executive orders. They have to pass through all 3 branches of government to get fully into place. But it's the fact that he's even attempting to do these things, and they are verbatim all those things worth on the list of Project 2025, which is like something that we talked about before. And he said that he would not, like, that's not a part of his policy or anything like that, but like he's checked off like 8 of those boxes already. Not that they have been passed yet because they still have to become constitutional. Oh, another one he was trying to get rid of is the like I forget what the technical name is for it, but the immunity for, say if like you're an immigrant and you have a baby here, that baby's technically a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
He signed a document saying that like if you were born by an immigrant, then you're also an immigrant.
So stupid.
And also the mass deportations that are happening from ICE, and they're having a bunch of checkpoints everywhere. I heard that this morning there's one in Norristown, there's one in like basically every major city right now.
It's wild.
And they're sending flights back to Mexico, the people that they're catching, and then Mexico is like, we don't have to accept those people. And then they said nah, so they have to turn back. Because if you deliver like immigrants by flight, they have to also accept the plane coming in.
Oh wow.
And Mexico was like, nah, fam.
Yeah.
Which is like their way of being like, yo, like let them stay.
Yeah.
Because if like I believe like if they drove them through the border on the ground, I think they have to take them. But I guess because the airport could just be like, nah, fam, like send them back.
Yeah. Wow.
Keep them there.
All right. Let's hope they just keep doing like that.
Yeah, but then like where do they go from there? In jail?
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a thing like, oh, go back home.
Right? Yeah, bro, that would be wild. But
so a lot of weird stuff going on. Also, the ban still happened, but people are like, oh, like he saved TikTok, but you can't download it off the App Store because it's off the App Store because it's been banned.
Yeah.
But then the TikTok CEO is like, oh, like Trump, our Lord and Savior, just like saved us because he loves free speech.
Yeah.
But also, if you go on TikTok, there's no You can, like, there's so many words that are like filtered now that you can't even look up, so they just like censored the fuck out of it, so it's not the same platform anymore. Yeah, just a weird thing. It's like, hey, he saved TikTok, blah blah blah, and it's still it no longer exists on the App Store, and they're still waiting for them to sell it before they'll put it back on there again. But it doesn't seem like they are going to sell it unless they want to keep like stroking his weenie.
Yeah, so yeah, it's weird. I know I've been seeing posts where like, oh yeah, people are on eBay selling their phones.
Oh yeah, GameStop TikTok. Was like, yo, if you got a phone, I have an old phone with TikTok on it.
There you go.
If they asking like big money though.
GameStop, you know. I don't know for GameStop.
I mean, but it's like Flappy Bird all over again. Remember when like Flappy Bird got removed off the App Store, but if you still had it, you could still play it.
Yeah, 100%. But
like I have it's like old phone, so if they offered me like more than what it's actually worth, because it's gonna if it is gonna come back, then that's no longer like they're not gonna be taking as soon as it comes back. True, like that offer's gone. You know.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just like, I just know GameStop. You
know?
Yeah, you give them a brand new PS5 that you just got yesterday, and they'll sell you. They'll give you literally not what you paid for it.
We'll trade you this perfectly good iPhone for a copy of Anthem that's worth a penny.
The value is just not the same.
Concord, the discontinued game. Yeah, you can have it,
bro. But yeah, stop.
But yeah, it's just a weird time. Not sure what, like everybody's kind of like, yeah, like he's in, like just survive the 4 years and see what happens. But it's also like, obviously nothing has been officially put in yet. But if it is, and he's out, say he doesn't get a third term or whatever, and we get somebody else new, how long is it going to take for us to get back to
kind of like,
to get to ground zero?
Yeah.
Let alone move further.
It's not going to take the next president for sure. I think it would take the person probably after, but then again, we also now are like assuming that those two people are going to be on the side of of actually trying to make it, right? You know what I'm saying? That's assuming. If not, it would just keep going in a back and forth type of situation. So we would have to hope that we actually get like people we need.
And this is where my problem lies. Is it time for us to get the fuck up out of here? I'm being so serious.
Yeah, it's a difficult.
Because think about it, Mark. We're both 26, right?
Yeah.
In 4 years, we're going to be 30.
Yep.
And that's when he's leaving.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have to hope that a new candidate actually gives a fuck about us. And then that's another 4 years just to get back to zero. Then we'll be 34.
Yeah.
Then we hope that we elect another person who also doesn't care about it and isn't against that and doesn't just revert back to zero. And then we do that for 4 years. Then we're 38. You see where I'm getting at here, Mark?
Yeah, it's just
at what point do we just
say, hey,
what's Italy looking like?
Yeah, true. Yeah, man.
Canada, even.
Canada, true. Yeah. Didn't they say that they were trying to like?
Well, I thought their prime minister like just back, like he was like, yeah, I quit. But then I saw him giving a speech the other day. So I don't know how that works.
So like they were trying to like basically say that make some of Canada a part of the U.S. Right?
Well, Trump was like, oh, like I would love Canada to be our 51st state. Canada's freaking massive.
Yeah, it's huge.
What do you mean?
It's just no.
It's another country as a state.
Yeah, no. That's.
I mean, I guess they would divide the provinces. They're provinces, right? What are they called?
I think so.
Whatever they have up there. Into individual states, but then that just makes us like 100 states. I don't know how many provinces or whatever there are, but still like. Well, I thought we were cool to even 50.
Yeah, 50 I guess seems fine, but then it's like, how do we divide that up?
Unless you're gonna give us like Toronto and Ontario and all that.
Would be.
I don't know if he pissed or happy.
Yeah. True. I don't know, man.
But then they got to get rid of that stupid ass accent. Sorry, I'm joking. Sometimes it's cool. Some of y'all be forcing it though.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all be forcing it. Because y'all didn't sound like that pre-Drake. I remember what Canada sounded like pre-Drake, and it was not like that.
They had to add their own slang.
Yeah. So I don't know, bro. What you think? I'm not. This is not a bit.
I mean, yeah. If I was to leave somewhere, it'd probably have to be Canada. I mean, I would love to go to somewhere else, like across country, like or to a different country for sure, overseas. But it's like I feel like it's more so like I would have to go there to see what it's like. You know what I'm saying? So
that's my thing too. Is like,
so I would have to take a bunch of trips to be like,
all right, I could see myself living here.
Yeah, you know, to the point where it's like at that point, I don't know. So
I'm just waiting for them to let PR go.
Yeah, that was
let PR go. I'm moving. I'm out, bro.
100%. It's the closest. You know, it goes through some bad weather here and there, but like,
it would.
You feel more.
It would. So like, because there's this whole debate, right, or like this discussion where obviously PR is like, yo, either let us be a state or let us go. If they were to become a state, I feel like it would be shittier for them. Obviously, it would maintain like what they have now, but long term, it would just become further gentrified. And like, I just don't think it's in the best interest of PR to like remain with the United States. Yeah. If they were to be let go and be independent, the first like 10 years is gonna suck. Like, it's gonna be so much rebuilding and like fixing itself and like uncorrupting the government, and like a lot of the resources will be lost. So it's gonna be like rough living there or being there for a little bit, because they already struggle with like power, like literally like the infrastructure as is. But like long term, being able to like build up their own foundation, like I'd be like, yo, like that is so much better for them in general instead of being taken advantage of the way that they are now.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, I'm like, cause we get into that age, bro, where we like,
unfortunately, yeah.
Like you said yourself that in like 5 years you like to probably have a kid.
Yeah.
Think about like the state of the world and where it would be at if you were to do that.
Yeah.
Cause like right now, like the way shit is, I'm not having kids, and that's not a joke. The way things are looking. Because why would I bring them into this?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, especially if you're planning on trying to go somewhere else and then you have a kid before that, it could be a lot.
And he's trying to get rid of FEMA. So if like like literally last year we just had Florida like evacuated.
Yeah. And
had all these issues. Right now we have like New Orleans and all these other places who never get snow, having snow and like sliding all over the place. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And they want to get rid of the one thing that helps people during, like our own people during natural disasters. Like, oh, let the states handle it. And they want to hand education to individual states. So like so much is like, he's trying to like, I guess in a sense be like, yo, like we're not spending money unnecessarily on stupid stuff. Cause that's why he dropped, that's the reasoning of why he dropped out a lot of this stuff. Which cool. But like, we may stop spending money like elsewhere.
Yeah. There's
like
so
spend it here.
Places,
like if anybody's gonna be okay with us spending money, it's gonna be on ourselves.
Yeah.
Like that was never the issue.
Yeah. So
now, and then the CDC is not like, he's like, yeah, we not with the CDC. What else? So much shit, bro. And like, I was like, yo, can somebody throw out all the pens in the White House?
True.
Like, can somebody just accidentally just like break them all? Like, let him, like, can he stop? And then there's the videos of him like signing them all. And he's like, oh, what's this one? He's like, oh, this is to like remove us from the CDC or like get rid of the CDC, whatever. Like the hell, oh, that one's fun. And he just starts. I'm like, yo, like, who's in there? And everybody's like, yo, like, y'all keep talking about how he's gonna make grocery prices less. He's signing more tariffs and shit.
Yeah.
He said that he's not offering help to states that he didn't win during the election.
That's insane, bro.
When is he gonna make egg prices lower? When are gas prices gonna go down?
They're not,
according to his like policy right now.
He's just gonna keep us stuck. That's just how I see it.
So that's why I ask, are we out of here? Where are we going? Should we throw a dart at a map and all plan to like relocate elsewhere? Because if we're going to start fresh, at least do it with some community, you know?
That's true, yeah.
Because we could like help each other out. We don't feel as lost.
Yeah, somewhere more, I guess.
Get a big ass land, start some farm, build some houses. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Talk to your families. Talk to them, you know?
Don't worry. Yeah.
We'll start a group chat.
Exactly, right? All right, guys. So we got a flight now. Everybody be there on time.
We can at least get our visas for a year somewhere. Test it out.
True, yeah.
And then if we don't like it, you know,
just head back.
Try somewhere else.
Another place.
Yeah. But right now, I'm going to just try and get as much resources as I can. Keep my options open.
True.
And I'm not bringing a baby into this world where we have shitty education, shitty healthcare, shitty protection of natural disasters.
Well, in this
bunch of
country.
Racist fucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm still here.
Yeah.
Wrapping it up. Or being celibate, whatever I got to do.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope, man, like I said, that we get the right person. And then none of these things go through to the point where he's able to stay.
This is like decades. And that's on top of the other issues we already had. Like, Jobs suck right now. Housing sucks right now. This ain't looking too good, bro.
Yeah.
Not to be too negative.
Yeah.
But you just gotta laugh it off a little bit, you know? Just swipe through my red note every now and then, just crack a smile and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Play our video games, hope that we get famous, and then, you know.
At that point, it'll still suck, but
yeah. Because that was another thought I was having too, because like everybody's like, oh, we'll just move here because it's cheap to live here, and you're essentially gentrifying another country, which only makes things difficult for other people. Like you're basically like the same thing you're complaining about here. Like obviously in Philly, it's like, oh, it's gentrified, it's too expensive. Like, oh, I'm going to move to this country where the money doesn't stretch our money stretches much farther. But these people already like living in poverty situations, move there, drive their prices up. So like we're just becoming the villain if we move elsewhere.
Yeah,
which is another weird part of it. But then you think about it's like, yo, like there's really not too many places. Like most places are okay to live in as long as you're rich. Like if you live here, it's like you're not really bugging about anything because you're rich as fuck. Like you can have access to whatever you want.
Yeah.
But
I said that a lot about this place. I said like because of how in the state it's going, I'm like, you look at some people in these places in these areas that are very like, you know, upcoming and like, you know, apartments and stuff like that, and you're just thinking like, dang, like it must be cool to live there. And I'm like, yeah, it must be cool to live there if you're rich, because it's like you're so comfortable to the point where you're just like, I'm not bothered by it.
It's like, you know, because like if you were to move to like, so like a lot of people are moving to like Thailand, right? Because it's like the money stretches. I know some people, I've heard of people do it where like, oh, I'll just retire and go over there because the US dollar stretches so much farther. I could live essentially like a rich person for the rest of my life. So it's like, if you have money, like nobody's really bad to live in for the most part, as long as you have access to all this stuff. And if you have the money to do it, then so same thing in the US is like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't see what the problem is. Like this is the greatest country in the world. It's like, yeah, like when you built all your money in the 70s where like houses were like $20 and you have everything you need now and everything's paid off. So like of course you're gonna think everything's great.
Yep.
But for people that are broke, it sucks. Same thing with like living in like Thailand is like, for the rich person, it's like, yo, this place is amazing. But there's somebody who's living in a situation where it's shitty, like it's like, this is my home, I love it, but also I'm struggling. So
exactly,
money removes a lot of like issues in the world, and it's like if y'all want us to like be all right, then help us out. But they don't want that. So
nope.
Another thing, I mean, not to switchly jump topics up, we talked about it for literally a half hour, but it's just like at this point, this is just a diary for us. You guys are just tagging along. We just, you know, we'll look back in this in 10 years and laugh, I hope, or cry. Like we had it so good back then.
Right. Yeah, honestly, yeah. We're like,
what were we complaining about?
Those fools.
We had rights back then. It's like the way he's signing them papers, we might have our own water fountains again. We'll see. But no, another thing I woke up to this morning is a video of DJ Academics like assaulting minors. I don't know if you saw that. You know, you remember DJ Academics, right?
I do, but
Drake's biggest fan.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? So you'll probably see it at some point, but I don't know who the kid is. He's like 15 and he's like a streamer, I think, or maybe he just like he's trying to be a streamer. He's just a kid. Okay. But it seems like he knows some people that are like famous. So I guess he got tied into like this group, or he got invited to stream. And DJ Academics and like I guess some of his friends did like a stream. They were on a Discord call with this kid and maybe some other friends or something. But it was just like from the video I saw, it was like a Discord chat with like 9 people. Which I've never even been in before. I don't think that's insane to me.
Yeah.
And just playing Fortnite, just asking them mad weird questions, bro. Like I don't want to play it for you on here. Like I'll play it for you after if you want to hear it. But it's just like because I just don't want this to be sticky.
Yeah.
But DJ Academics and like whoever's friend or whatever, like his friends, basically asking this 15-year-old like, oh, like if I'm just use a random name, but like if David gave you a girl to like smash, would you do it? And he was just like, nah. And he was like, why, are you afraid of women? He's like, nah, I'm 15.
Yeah.
And he was just saying, it was like, oh, like, you know, like she's older. It's like, it doesn't matter. Like the boy's like, who cares? And the 15 was like, yo, like that's mad weird. Like I'm 15. Like that's statutory. Like he was just like, that's grooming. Like he's using all these words like, yo, like he knows that this is not okay.
Yeah.
Then I forgot how he worded it, but the Academics or his friend was like, it was like, oh, like, would you like hook up with this guy? Like, would you like bang his, you know what? And he was like, nah, like, I wouldn't. Like, that's weird.
So weird. Yeah, I would have just been like, I'm out, bro.
Yeah, he's like, and So what's also weird too is like in this call of like 9 people, like you know how on Discord if you don't have face cam on, it's literally just your logo or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The 15-year-old had his face cam on, so you could see him just being like, "Yo, like, are you good?" He's like, "Yeah, like, would you?" He's like, "Nah." He's like, "Why not? Like, why are you being weird?" He's like, "I'm not." He's like, "I'm just not gay. Like, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but I'm just not gay." And I'm 15. Like he answers all these questions. Like, yo, and I'm 15. You guys, like, I hope y'all know that. And it just kept being like weird questions like that, just like asking him about sex or like would he do this, would he do that? And every time he's like, yo, like I'm 15, like can y'all stop? Like he looks visibly uncomfortable, and it just keeps on going. And then Dante, you know Dante, like I'm Dante, the content creator. Yeah. He asked him to hop on a call with him for a stream to like ask him about the situation, basically like expand upon it. And he like the kid showed like DMs and stuff of like shit just being mad weird, and they asked the kid to like remove the VOD. And they were just being like, I guess one of his representatives hit up the kid, was like, yo, like I was on deafened the whole time, I didn't hear anything. And you could clearly see him speaking in the video. So it was just like, it's just not like. And then DJ Academics is like, he's already streamed being like, yo, like everybody that showed that clip, like I'm not fucking with you. I don't need these people. Like he just spazzing, like trying to defend himself. He's like, yo, like we just be playing like that. It's like, bro,
that's how y'all play. That's so weird, bro. That's how y'all play, bro. I don't want to play. That's like, so weird, bro.
Like, mind you, this isn't the first instant, not like of him being with kids, but just like instance of like assault or like harassment or anything along those lines with him. Like there's other footage, and he still has a platform for whatever freaking reason. But it's like this doesn't surprise me. But also like why are you around? Why are you still a thing? I don't get why like I mean I understand why, because I guess there's people that also agree with him or like have the same viewpoint, so they give him a platform. But I just don't get how these people continue to like how. I just don't want it to happen anymore, and I understand why, but I hate that I understand why. Yeah. Because another example of that is like I was talking to Q about this too. We had the inauguration, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's video of Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Conor McGregor, and Theo Von going to the inauguration together in the same car, posting videos being funny at the inauguration. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor's like, one, he's Irish, not from here. Maybe I guess because he's a celebrity, is like, but like, why do you care about the inauguration here? 2, he's a month removed from being convicted of the R word. Like officially, like it's like settled. Like this isn't like on trial. Like there's like, yo, like he did these things to this certain woman. A month removed, he's at the inauguration, like posing with Trump and be like, yo, what's good, y'all? And then Philly had like a MMA event this past Saturday or something, or Friday or Thursday, and he was at the event just being like, yeah, like go Birds, da da da. It's like, yo, why are you getting like press? Why are you getting paid to show up at these events, bro? You're in.
Yeah. That's wild. Again, it's all
you're
for
a schmapist.
Yeah, it's all for that money, man. It's exactly.
But why do you want him to be there? There's so many other names you could pick. He hasn't fought in like 3 years.
Because you know that's what's.
Yeah, but still, like, why do you exist? Why do these people exist, bro? Why are they the ones with money and power?
I'm telling you, it's because of the status and just like what they know it could bring to the table. Because if you bring anybody else who is like clean but yet a good fighter that everybody knows, they're just
there are active fighters that you could have asked to be there.
They're gonna be like, but is it gonna bring up like heads? Is it gonna bring people's eyes over to it? They're like, maybe a few people who actually are like up to date and actually like want to see that person. But people who don't probably watch it, you know, they're probably just gonna be like, who cares? But again, Conor McGregor, he is a big name. So it's like that idea of like, if you say, oh, that person's going to be there, you know, he did this, and then they're going to be like, but he's still in here. And I'm like, what? Let me check it out. Yeah.
I'm cool on that. I don't get it.
That's wild, bro.
I don't want it. I hate that that's where things go. There's literally so many other options you could have. But it's like, why are y'all cool with him having him being there? And he was like, yo, like, best city in the world, go Birds. Like, I'm like, get this schmapist away from my team. I don't want him saying go Birds. I don't want him to be associated with the Eagles at all. That's bad luck.
Yeah.
I think he was in Philly like a couple months while the trial was still going, a couple months before. He's like at Chickens and Peace for his new like was it Proper 12, whatever the fucking the whiskey or whatever he has.
Yeah, I don't know.
He like had something at Chickens and Peace like like endorsing his brand. It's like, why you Chickens and Peace? Why you want this guy around your waitresses?
True.
Because usually Chickens and Peace is just hella like women waitresses, like sometimes guys, but like just 90% girls, women. Mm-hmm. Why do you want this man in your business? Weird as hell.
I don't know, man.
Now I'm just like ranting and saying the same shit over and over again. I don't know if you want to say anything before we get out of here, because
nah, man, just everybody keep your heads up, and hopefully we get out of this, funk that we're in. But yeah, just be good to each other, and let's just pray about it, man.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
Work together, survive, help each other, look out for one another.
Let's not cause no problems.
Sorry to make this episode kind of like stressful and depressing. If you guys want to laugh, go watch one of our Thursday videos. Sometimes we have a good time on there. Honestly, all the time we have a good time on there.
So, yeah.
We have some good laughs. But yeah, we love you guys. Take care of each other. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace.